Hi guys, this is GM Life Coach. This is a new podcast journey. This is for a young lady named Mekelle. She has written her first book at the age of 13 and she's now 14 onto her second book. That's amazing. She has a passion for English and writing, and she loves to think of different stories and stuff. So her book is called XX1V Unbreakable, Find a Limit and Break It. Okay, and this is M.Angel on Amazon. So check it out, guys. Really, really good book. Sci-fi fantasy. Yeah, that's the one. It's sci-fi fantasy. So, guys, check out this podcast interview. It's amazing. I've got to meet her mum. I've got to have lots of jokes. And we also did a mother and daughter debate, if you remember, on the podcast. We did that in the past. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard about it, check it out, please check it out. And we'll be doing another podcast interview soon, hopefully when the next holiday's around. So anyway, this is GM the Life Coach. We're going to go into this podcast and I want you to enjoy it, guys, okay? Share it, enjoy it, let other people know about it. Once again, it's a young lady who is only 14 and she's onto her second book. That's just amazing. All right, guys? Listen, take care all around the world, wherever you are. I want you to enjoy this interview, okay? All right, man. Take care. And this is Mekelle, and this is her book journey. GM, the Life Coach. Hi, guys. GM, the Life Coach. I am here with a special young lady named Mekelle, and she is a young author. Written her first book. I do believe it's your first book, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get that right. Good. And she's going to introduce herself to you now. There you go.
Hi, my name is Mekelle. I am 14, but I was 13 when I wrote the book. I am an author.
Yeah.
I go to school like everyone else. I basically just exist like a teenager and just do some writing stuff on the side.
Good. All right. So, let's go with our first question, right? Got my little list there, all right? So, what is your book called?
XXIV Unbreakable.
Why was it called that?
The main character, when she was young, was branded with 4 letters, XXIV, which is 24 in Roman numerals. And she's like the main character, so I kind of titled it after that.
Okay. So it's sci-fi. Yeah. Sci-fi. What was it?
Sci-fi fantasy.
Sci-fi fantasy. How did you get into that?
I kind of always liked watching sci-fi movies because I was never a big reader. So I discovered like audio books, and so then I always read sci-fi books, sci-fi movies, anything sci-fi I just love. Fantasy also, just basically anything I can watch or read and enjoy. Yeah, sort of comes from that.
Wicked. Alright, okay. So you're like a different type of kid because most kids don't like sci-fi and that. So you started your love of sci-fi at what age?
I don't even know. I was kind of just stuck with it, I guess. Yeah. So, like when I was young, I'd always anything I did was do with sci-fi or fantasy or fairies or magic, and so I guess it was always just something I did or loved.
Yeah. Good. Right. So, how long have you been writing for?
Since I could hold a pen and put it to paper and make something of it, I've always loved writing. Just even those like I used to use old paper in the house to make like these 5-page books, and I'd write some really crazy story in it. And then I stuffed them all under my bed and they're probably still there. What? And so yeah, ever since I was really young and I could write anything.
Wow. So you were popular, like, I'm just going to write, I don't care.
Yup.
And when did you start to learn how to read then? Must be really young.
I don't know. I could talk at like 18 months, so I assumed it had something to do with that.
Wow.
Sure.
Okay. So who inspired you in terms of your writing? So in terms of like your sci-fi, what author was it that you first saw that was like, I like that book? Can you remember?
I wasn't actually inspired by a sci-fi writer. I was inspired by a horror writer, Stephen King.
Okay.
The genre is very different, but it's just his method of storytelling is so conveying, and it brings out like a beautiful story. And even though they're normally quite gruesome, because it's horror,
to say the least, yeah.
they're always very like compelling. And I'm not a huge horror book fan because they scare me, but I would still be able to read one of his books. I think it's quite strange because he's just that good of an author, and it sort of revolves around this amazing talent he has, and I kind of wanted to do the same thing with the genre I was in love with.
Yeah. So how would you How would you describe your style of writing?
I think it's changed a lot since I started writing the second one, even though it's not out yet.
Yeah.
But it's very sort of, I think a lot of authors use they don't use as much speech, but most of it is like a lot of speech and characters telling this sort of thing. It's very like, it carries a message throughout everything. I hope, at least that's what I aim for. And it sort of just, it flows. I don't try and think too hard about it. I kind of just write what comes to my mind first. If I don't like it later, then I change it.
I think it's the best way. All right. So what drives you? What's your drive? What's the thing?
It just, I want to, like, because people say reading is a way you can stop time and escape it. It's sort of like whatever's going on, you just pick up a good book and you read it and you fall in love with it, and that's what I want to do for someone else. The first book I ever read that I loved was called Ghost Town by I don't know, I forgot the name, but it was like a child's book, and I just loved it so much. I read it so many times, and I sort of want to be able to do that for someone else, that they'll pick up the book and they won't be able to stop reading it.
So how have your friends like been around you now that you're a celebrity?
I went to a festival the other day, and some of the people in the tent didn't know, some of them did. One of them pointed out, "Oh, so how's your book doing?" Half of them turned to me and they start screaming, "There's a celebrity here, everybody!" And we were in a tent so everyone else could hear us. We're like, "There's a celebrity in here, come get her signature!" And I was just like, goodness gracious. But very dramatic about it, but they're very supportive about it. My other friend said she's going to start writing a book this summer, because I inspired her, so I hope I can do that for more people.
Do you know what her book's going to be about?
No idea. She just said that she wants to write some sort of book. So
that's amazing. No, well done, Mekelle. Well done. That's good, man. Passing it down. That's what we like. So, what does your English teacher think of you?
My English teacher. My English teacher from year 5 came to the book launch, and I went to parents' evening, and my mother just blurted out, "My daughter wrote a book," to my English teacher, and I was like, please be quiet. And then she looked at it on Amazon, and she actually bought it on Amazon. She said she wouldn't tell a lot of other teachers, so it wouldn't become like a massive thing yet. But she was very happy about it and very like excited, and I was very surprised because like you don't have a great one of those relationships with the teachers, but she was very nice about it, very happy. She seemed very excited.
And what your secondary school teacher? Was she like?
Oh, that was secondary school.
Oh, that was secondary school. Okay.
The year 5 one, she already knew because she came to the launch.
Okay. So she okay. So what's this about you writing autographs for people and signing books and stuff?
It's sort of like when you go to events. Everyone just wants their book signed, because when I meet someone and I sell them the book, they always ask for a signature in it, and it's sort of like it's very fun to just signing a name like a little flourish. Because when I first started, I would write it very like neatly. Now just like little flourish. I feel really
you got to do quick. So what would that feel like? What would it feel like having that moment?
It's very like, I try not to think about it because I'll get big headed. But it's very like, I don't think there's a word for it. But like you see someone else's signature, like an actor or singer, and you think, wow, that's like someone would aspire to have that, and to think that I'm doing that for someone else. It's wonderful.
Yeah, man, that's good. It's good. All right. So was it hard putting your book together? Was it hard doing the whole thing?
This one, no. The one I'm writing now, been a bit more difficult, so I had less planning for it. But the first book, I knew exactly what I wanted to happen, what was going to happen, how it was going to work. I wrote down the storyline on like 4 pages, and then just wrote. And it was like, there was some difficulties jumping between bits, but most of the time it was very smooth and just flowing, and I liked that about it.
How long did it take?
6 months. Like around January until June. That's about the time.
Okay, that's good. So, Mum, can you remember? Because I thought I'd get you in there. I've got to get Mum in there. Mum, can you remember when you first saw Mekelle's light in terms of her wanting to write and read and be hearty and?
I think for all 3 of my kids, we did a lot of reading. I mean, took them to libraries. We spent most of our time in libraries reading and borrowing books. I remember telling them you read one book a week.
Yeah.
So we borrowed the book and they have to finish it by Saturday. We will take it back. We did reading competition.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot of reading in the cars, things by the roadside. They used to read them. But I think Mekelle took it, further, because I saw her picking up the A4 papers and making book out of it and writing all sorts of things. And then when she writes it, she feels so good about it. She will show it to you. You look at it and you are like, oh gosh, but you really don't want to discourage her. So you have to go like, oh wow, this is really good. And she loved them. But I think for her, English is something that she likes, and she loves to read and write. And I think I did a lot of reading with them because I wasn't exposed to reading that much. I read a lot. But having an African parent, when you are reading things about Christian. You were not exposed to other books. So I didn't know much about, secular books. And as a result, I didn't have enough vocab. So when I had them, I was going to make sure that they have good vocab to be able to write, at school, do school work and all that. That's why I did a lot of reading with them. So all three of them have good vocabs, write well. But I think she's got a talent. I think that's how I see it, that she had a talent of doing that. So yeah.
Well done, man.
From there.
It's smiling in your face. That's smart. Good, well done. All right, so thanks, man. Yes, I wasn't gonna pull you in. I thought I will actually. Okay, so what's next for you then? You got another book coming. Is there like a sneak peek of the name of the book?
The name of the second book is XXIV in memory of her.
Ooh.
Which will only make sense to people who have read it.
Okay.
And they're gonna hate me for it. But it's in the works. I've got exactly 9 chapters left.
Right.
I'm so excited to finish it.
Wicked.
The next book after that, I'm not going to tell you the name yet.
Okay.
But it's part of the XXIV series, but it doesn't focus around the same main characters as the previous 2 books.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be part of a greater storyline.
Marvel, yeah.
Oh, that's exactly, that's such a good comparison. It's going to be quite like that. It's going to be a lot more than just the 4 books in the XXIV series. It's going to be a lot more. It's like a greater universe, like a shared universe of characters that we're all going to meet eventually.
Well, this is I'm getting ideas now. Your friend who's writing her book, could that be connected to your XXIV stuff as well?
That's a good idea.
I know. That would be interesting, isn't it? I just thought Marvel might to intersect everything, isn't it? Yeah. More money. Okay, cool. So, all right. So let's do quick fire. Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Deep breath now. Okay. You got to answer within 10 seconds. Normally I do 5, but I'm going to allow you 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Okay. Favorite color?
I don't have one.
Disgusting. Favorite food?
Oh my goodness, this terrible. I don't have favorite things.
Yeah, come on, you have a favorite food?
Pancakes.
Pancakes, okay. Why pancakes?
Because I had them this morning.
No. Favorite artist?
Ooh, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, okay. Why Da Vinci?
He's one who painted Starry Night, right? No. I'm so lost right now.
Don't worry. I'm not really good at my art anymore. Beyonce or Ariana Grande?
Ariana Grande.
Okay. Beyonce or Alicia Keys?
Beyonce.
Maths or English?
English.
It's easy, isn't it? PE or English?
PE. English.
Okay. PE or maths?
PE.
Okay. History or maths?
Maths. History. History.
Yes. Okay. Wisdom or influence?
Influence.
Okay. Riches or wisdom?
Wisdom,
okay. Because hopefully you get riches from the wisdom. Yeah, hopefully. Best-selling book or lottery win?
best-selling book.
Okay.